Okay, so we're going to be reviewing the Gerber Crucial multi-tool. First off, right off the bat, you can see it has a clip, so you can use this for, well, to clip on your belt or on your pocket. It's what people usually do. Before we get into the tools, I'd like to talk about the fit and finish. Okay, so closed, you can see um, the finish is pretty good. This is the green, by the way. I think you can get it in blue. So it's also light. It's about 5 ounce, or at least that's what it says on Amazon. Um, Closed length is, I think, 3.5, if I'm not mistaken, 3.5 inches. Okay, so we talked about the fit and finish when it's closed. So before we get into the tools, I want to show you something. See the insides? So the insides is actually pretty good. I mean, the finish overall is pretty good, considering this is a um, $35 multi-tool. So I've had this for 4 or 5 months. There is, so you can see, wait, let me focus. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but there are spots of, yeah, a little bit of rust. I'm sure it's just the way I'm carrying it because I barely cleaned this since I got it. Um, okay, so the tools. First off, it has a blade. So it has a blade. It has also has a lock for the blade. So it's secured right there. So this is the blade. The blade has some serrated parts. So I've used this quite a bit for opening boxes and cutting zip ties, cutting paracords, and you can still see it's pretty good. I didn't have to sharpen it when I got it. There's a nick here. That's because I am really using this. I think that was the last time I cut a zip tie. I think it hit something. But anyway, it's a usable blade, easily deployed, as you can see. And then next up we have this. You can see that kind of etched in there. This is the bottle opener slash carabiner. So it doesn't have a lock, but has that good click. So this is pretty good when you're outside opening bottles and you don't want the bottle caps to fly around. This actually retains the cap. So when you open it, keeps it in there, doesn't fly out. So next up, like your regular multi-tool, flat screwdriver, nothing fancy. It's actually kind of short, if you can see this. Oh, but it also has a lock, which is nice. And of course it has a Phillips screwdriver. It's flattened, but you can still see right there. This is kind of short, and if you would use this, I end up using it like this, just to reach those areas. So I find it hard using it like this, and I've used this quite a bit. So, and then finally to open it. So you have a very nice needle-nose plier. Also, you can cut wire here. So basically that's That's all there is. Multi-tool, but it really depends, I guess, on what you're going to use it. It's fairly lightweight. That's why I like it. That's why I actually bought it, because pretty much lightweight. Okay, so close up. The things that I think are really worth noting with this. First off, I got this. Sorry, I got this with this finish, the thumb guide. It's a bit. I think it's supposed to be another color. It just faded. Um, but the shape itself is fine. Makes it easy for you to just put your thumb in there and push it out of place. Or sorry, push it open. Second thing I want to note is that the symbol of the lock or unlock in the knife lock release, whatever you call this, and then the symbol of a bottle and the bottle opener. I think those things are nice touches to the. I just think it's a nice touch for this multi-tool. I mean, it is cute. Um, I like the color matching. So those are the things that I think are very, very notable. So going to why I would actually buy this. First of all, has a clip. I know a lot of multi-tools are there, have a clip, and that is being a trend now. So that is, I think, becoming a necessity now. So the ability to have it immediately out doesn't have to be on a pouch. Doesn't have to be. Well, I suppose you can make a custom kydex, but that would cost more money. So the clip is a plus. Also the weight and the size. So talking about the size, um, I know the Gerber dime, Gerber, whatever. The dime is much smaller than this and much lighter. Personally, I really wouldn't go smaller than this. Um, as it goes smaller, it actually depends on what you do, but for me, as it goes smaller, I think the use of the tool decreases. So if it's smaller, you're gonna have less leverage, things like that. You're gonna end up with a smaller blade, even shorter tools. So for me, I wouldn't go any smaller than this. Of course, on the other side of that, if you go larger, you can pretty much expand your tool set, but then again, it would be heavier and larger um, in the pocket. So, so that's the reason why I would buy it. Do I think it's a good buy? Yes. But that depends on what you do. So, what do I use this for? Of course, the knife or whatever knife stuff that I do, pretty much self-explanatory for cutting and stripping, whatever. But the biggest thing for me is the needle-nose pliers. So what do I use these for? When I'm in the shooting range, you know when you're in the range and you have to set up targets with those cardboard targets with those gun tackers, and you have to pin them to the wooden frames. Well, when you rearrange them, of course, you have to pull out those pins or tacks, and I use it for that, just for pulling out. Next would be in the archery range. It does happen. I shoot bare bow, so sometimes when you shoot the target but frames, your arrow gets you know stuck in the wooden frames. So you hold it by the arrow point and just yank it out of there. And for just tightening stuff. It does have, as I mentioned, regular tools like flat screw and Phillips, so it's pretty much useful. It's it's very basic. But if that's all you need, then that's all you need, and this would be a perfect package. It may not be for everyone, but for me, I think it's okay. I'm gonna put this in rotation more. I do rotate my stuff. If it fails, I'll make sure to give an update. But for now, I think it's okay. I I should get a flashlight to match this color, right? So why don't you leave in the comments down below what you think is the perfect flashlight for this. Of course, the colors have to match. So, so that's it. Maybe I'll show a few videos of me actually deploying this or how it hangs on my pocket. So when I carry a multi-tool, of course, normally you would still carry your fixed blade or folding knife, a dedicated folding knife, for obvious reasons, because if you ever need a knife like really fast, normally multi-tools don't give you that option. So that's why you carry fixed blades or folding knives. So obviously it's for defense. You won't use something like this for utilitarian. The thing that I discovered with this is that you actually have something. So if I forget to put on these stuff on my belt or on me, not that I would, but just in case that I only have this, I have the ability to easily do that. And I have, this is probably a terrible tool for defense, but if you have nothing else, it's serviceable. Yeah, you can definitely do some damage or whatever, even though it's not really pointy. If you have nothing else, at least you have this.